Hello, everyone. We're going to see how this is going to go. This is take number 6 at this point. This is, if anyone watched recently, the All of My Lizards video. I talked about how our one rescue leopard gecko, there she is, needed a little bit better of an enclosure. She was okay in the one she was in, but I could do a much better job. So, here is the much better job. To get things out of the way first, no matter what I do for a reptile video, someone's going to be upset. Either it's not the right size, it's too small, it's too big, it's too cluttered, it's not cluttered enough, you're not housing them properly, yada, 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 yada. So no matter what I do, someone's going to be upset, but there's reasons why I chose to do it this way, so hear me out before you crucify me in the comments. So, little backstory again. This is our one little leopard gecko female. She was one of 3 that was given to us, oh my lord, Jay-Z, this person who I know is just not taking care of their animals. Can you please help out? She is the last one. She has really bad metabolic bone disease. She is now taken refuge under her enclosure, so we'll see if we can get a little bit better video for you guys for her. She's been in a 20-gallon tank for the last couple of years. She's basically been either in a 10 or a 20-gallon tank throughout their entire time with me. She moved to the 20 when she entirely recovered. MBD cannot be, it can't be healed. You can't recover from it, but you can halt the process and give them better lives if it's not too far gone, and that's exactly what she is. So, there's reasons why I did this again. Let's get into it right now. So first things first, this is the 24 by 18 by 12 Exoterra. I think this is a good bare minimum for a leopard gecko. Honestly, I think something like the 36-inch one, like that one right there, is probably a better idea, but she does have mobility issues. She can't climb really well. I've given her opportunity in the past. She can't climb very well, period. She doesn't really do it a whole lot, and she seems to be aware of it. So the total space above, as far as vertical room goes, is lacking. So people who are going to yell at me about that, that's the reason why, because she just cannot physically do it well. However, there is still a little bit of climbing opportunities in here. So, moving right along, let's get into building this guy. So to start things off with, we have the soil. This is a mix of organic topsoil and the Exoterra brand, like desert substrate. It's basically a mix of different size rock that's been cleaned. There's a couple different colors of them. This girl has essentially been on at least a mix of these 2 substrates for the last couple years. I'll put the link for it right here, and you can see why I said that I can do a much better job. So, she was essentially in a divided tank where half of it was this kind of sandy, rocky soil, and the other half was the topsoil, and I treated it as such with several hides scattered throughout, one being the warmer side, one being the cooler side, and she did just fine in there, but I want to do better for her, so I actually gave her a mix of the soil together, and she has been on all that. There's never been any issues with her eating any of the sand, large or small. Now, moving on from there, so we have heat. We're going to have heat underneath, as well as we're going to have basking above at a much lower temp, but with ultraviolet light, so that way she can kind of go in and out. And then we're going to talk about all the little fun stuff that we did. So, leopard geckos. These guys are naturally crepuscular to nocturnal out in the native habitats where they live in. That goes for basically every species of leopard gecko out there. And so, these guys spend a lot of their time in crevices during the day, and then they come out of those rocky caves, caverns, and burrows right at dusk, and then they forage into the first few hours of the night, into a little bit further in, depending on the different species and time of the year. So, what we did here is we provided multiple hiding opportunities for her, where essentially the heat is going to be, it's going to be placed basically right back here with the basking bulb, so that way that will kind of stretch across both of these things. So this will be the warm side, this will be the cool side, this will be the very cool side up here. So this very large piece of brick that, before you ask, because this is very important, when you're dealing with very large, heavy pieces of rock, you need to make sure it is entirely secured. And that's what these guys are. These guys are actually glued together with aquarium sealant, aquarium silicone sealant, to actually keep these guys up on this pedestal so this will not fall. So, haha. Then, so this acts as one giant, very realistic, naturalistic enclosure, and crevice, basically, not enclosure, to where this will essentially act as a human hide as well as a regular hide in general, texture, And then above here, which she will hopefully be able to climb up over using these guys, because she does climb, and she can get under there as well if she so chooses. This flat surface also acts as a feeding platform. We were working on target trading with her, to where in her previous enclosure she had a little platform where she would come and eat superworms or little crickets that we got her eating off of when she was very young, when she was very first recovering. And she seemed to acclimate to that very well. And this will essentially, see, there she goes. There she goes. Let's see if she can do it. You can do it. Come on. We'll see if she does it as we continue right along. And that acts that way, and she can do that as well. There is this large branch. Really, most leopard geckos in general probably won't climb something like that. However, they certainly can. They're not going to be climbing up in trees and in bushes or anything like that, but they will climb on these larger branches. And I've seen them scale things even thinner than that as adults. Moving right along, we have another hide here, and then this will act as her humid hide, her very humid hide. Again, remember that the heat is going to be on this side. Under here, we have a very nice large pile of sphagnum moss that she will burrow into. Keeping in mind that I just put her in here, so she's going to kind of mess stuff up again. And then over here at the very cool side where this will be is just a piece of cork bark, which she will be able to kind of burrow and snuggle under against, kind of propped up a little bit, because she doesn't dig very well either, because as you can see, she is not very good at shedding, number one, and at moving very well. She's basically walking on her elbows and wrists. So there you go. That's what her legs look like. And that's why we're going to give her climbing opportunities, but very limited climbing opportunities. So essentially, here you go. This is the little cup that we give for her crickets. We do have, and also I forgot to put her water bowl in here. We'll put her water dish right here. So if anyone is yelling at me about the water dish, this is where it's going to go. It's going to go right here. She doesn't really drink out of it. However, we always like to try to provide, unless it's something like crazy high, like a Uromastix or something like that, plenty of opportunities to drink water. She obviously gets sprayed down under there, and she will get sprayed down under here, and that's really where she gets her liquid from. But we will put the water dish right here, so don't yell at me. But here we go. This is basically it right here. She's just been in there, and so the very first thing that all reptiles do is going and exploring. So hopefully she enjoys this really fun little setup. Hopefully you guys enjoyed today's video. Keeping it a little quick today. Let me know what you think. Again, she's a little bit of a special case in general when it comes to her. Hey, little girl. You got your little shed right there. Yep, okay. But she does really good. We really like her. And hopefully, again, you guys enjoyed today's video. Stay tuned for more reptile content. Please like and subscribe if you can. If you want to check out other enclosures that I have done, that I have certainly grown both based on experience, more knowledge, and trial and error, I'll put the playlist that you can check out here at the end, like all the videos. Helps my click-through rate with the algorithm, pushes my YouTube content out there, trying to do this full-time again. So, again, thank you all so much. Stay tuned for more reptile content. Hope you're having a great day, and we will check you next time.